What is the best and most creative way you've seen someone use an IBC policy?
I think when you get creative, it's usually in the business sector. And so I'll give you two quick examples. First one was a tree company. They sold pulp, and they used all the pulp to paper and everything. And they sold, well, a younger mid-management or higher management person was going to buy out the owner. And so he came to us. We talked about infinite banking. He said, hey, we looked at his snapshot financially, and we saw that about $10,000 a month was going out to pay off this owner. And he had about 7 to 8 more years to go on that plan before he bought out the owner. So that's dollars going out. Well, he also had a large pool of capital that he was able to reserve because now he was technically the owner and more money was coming in. So we created a system that would allow those dollars to flow through his system. Money came in from the business that he had to warehouse somewhere. Now, every month when that $10,000 goes out, we took a policy loan, allowed that $10,000 still getting paid the same way. And over time, let's call it 10 years and $1.2 million went out and flowed to the owner for the purchase of that business. The purchase is done. And what would he have done at that point? Now he's got $10,000 in his control, and he could start saving that money 10 years from now. Well, what we did is we started saving today. We started moving that money, passing it through a policy, creating protection for the business, creating protection for his family, but also having a warehouse where money flowed through, paid off the owner, same cash flows, didn't change his habits, didn't have to work any harder, didn't take any more risk, didn't pay any more taxes. But now we've got 8 years of compounding working in his favor when he gets to that finish line and pays off that owner. Now he's got not only the $10,000 of freed up capital every month, but he's also got $800,000-900,000 of growth that he is now compounding on tax-free for the rest of his life. It's a big difference.
So he took, let me unpack this. Mm-hmm. So he had to pay this owner off over the course of 10 years.
Yep. We caught him in about mid-year, 1.5, year 2.
And the payment was $10,000 a month. Mm-hmm. So just say $120,000 a year. Yep. So instead of paying the guy cash out, I guess that's $1.2 million, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of paying the guy cash $1.2 million over the course of 10 years, he took the $10,000, redirected it into a policy. Mm-hmm. He put the money in the policy. He then immediately-ish took the money back out and gave it to the owner. Yep. And he just rotated the $10,000 he was going to pay him. He put in the policy, took out. Put in the policy, took out. Put in the policy, took out.
And actually, what we're doing is, not to get too deep in the weeds, he had a large pool of capital, $200,000. We actually started with that lump sum. The owner was perfectly fine. Instead of you paying me monthly, I'll just go ahead and take a lump sum at the beginning of the year, one-time shot. Now that $10,000 goes where?
Back to him.
Back to his policy every month. Yep.
So instead, at the end of 10 years, him being out $1.2 million, he's paid the guy $1.2 million. But then in his policy, he has a value of...
well, we didn't start at year 1. So we're about in year 4 of this plan right now. By the end of year 8, when he's completely paid off, he's going to have close to $1 million in there of growth and money that's flown through there. So yeah, so he's compounding on $1 million versus starting at 0 and now starting to go. It's a big difference.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
All because you'd redirected the money, made a pit stop.
That's right.